Hello, how are yous? Yeah, hello everyone, it's me, Flex of Funk. Just a quick thing, this is an update video of course, but just so you know, I've actually scrapped the newest video. I'll explain why later, but for now, if you'd like to watch that part and you don't want to watch any of this, that's fine. Just skip to, whatever it is that's about to appear on screen, skip to there, you can watch the video, you don't have to see me talk about any gobbledygook. Nothing personal or anything like that. You can just skip all over it. That's all good. Anyway, I'll see you if that's that. Now, for everyone else, this is the update video. I don't like my content that much anymore. Or at least, I don't like how it is now. I got a comment on one of my previous videos, and it was... yeah. It was pretty... accurate. I agree with it. I don't like being a clone of another channel, and I don't want to feel like I'm copying anyone. I never thought I was copying anyone very much. I knew I took inspiration from, but I never thought I was outright becoming similar. But unfortunately, after reading that comment and rewatching the video, I can't even watch the video again anymore. I see everything that comment is right about. So the content's gonna change, and well, it couldn't come at a better time. I'm going to university now, because I'm sick of being what I consider to be a deadbeat, which is someone who just is living wage to wage, isn't successful, that kind of thing. So I'm sort of over that. I want to get into a career where I'm happy, and I can still do YouTube just for fun. But because it's just for fun, I can't really hit it as hard as I used to. I used to set aside time just for YouTube, just to work on my YouTube videos, because I really wanted to do that as a job. But I don't care anymore. I love YouTube. I still love doing it, and I still love making my videos, but I care less now about making videos that I think are gonna be fun for the algorithm. They gotta have little moments of brevity. No more brevity, alright? There's no more jokes that don't work, or at least jokes that I think don't work. I want to be much more relaxed. I want to be more myself. I'm a little bit more cynical than I make out in my videos, and I want to not necessarily embrace that, but I don't want to force myself into being someone I'm not. I want to make my videos, you know? And to disagree with the previous comment, I'm sorry, but you will be seeing much more of me. I currently don't have that amazing setup I had earlier, right? I'm moving house, things have got to be different. I still want to be the subject of my own videos, God forbid I make things for me. But yeah, so that's basically it. I'm changing the content. I don't know what it will be like, it'll probably be a lot more low effort, but because I don't really have the time. Studying, working, trying to be the person I want to be whilst also doing YouTube is hard. And YouTube has been great for me for such a long time, but it can quickly become a bad thing if you don't respect it. I was pretty much doing this video that I am about to show you that I have chosen to scrap because I don't like it anymore. The reason why I've chosen to scrap it is because it was corrupting me making this video, talking so personally about a problem I'm having with video games isn't something I'm used to, and being camera shy and all the other things that go with it and being this honest is hard for me. I'm still not quite there yet. And putting on a character and then, not really even putting on a character, just being more positive, a more positive version of myself is hard. And then speaking from the heart and having that all not work, the video just left a sour taste in my mouth. I do like the way I presented it though. I like the way I broke the video up a bit more, but that's the only thing I gotta say about it. So that's coming up now. Here it is, my scrapped video. Has a game ever not clicked with you? It's a simple and easy to answer question, I know. Hardly a thing worth making a video as long as this about. Well, recently, I played Don't Starve together, and the experience I had completely changed the way I enjoy my games. Forever. I'm Flex of Funk, and I'm so glad you could join me for the most tangential video I've ever made. This is how Don't Starve made me realize my brain. No worky.
Recently, I was cruising through Steam, looking for my next victim to write a positive video about, and after a brief 50-hour jaunt through the binding of Castlevania, I came upon a game I put 100 or so hours into only a few years ago. I remember liking, but not fully enjoying my experience. But with my new frontist lobe, I was sure I could wring some dopamine out this time around. Boy was I wrong. Don't Starve Together brought me so low that I'm making this video to avoid playing the rest of it. But I should at least let those of you who don't know what it is. In Don't Starve, you'll play as a variety of different and varied social outcasts, thrown into a challenging and untamed land of monsters, British weather, and police brutality. Don't Starve presents a land of problems, where every one thing can become another thing that solves one of the very many strange, antediluvian, and totally abstract encounters you'll likely die to. The only thing separating a player that dies to everything and a player that dies to most things is knowledge. Knowledge of the game, its lands, and its many wacky crafting recipes. Ah yes, fish sticks, comprised of one fish, 2 monster meat, and 1 stick. Or guacamole, made with only the freshest moles. It's one of those games where you can do more fun things when you know what you're doing, which is a really nice way of saying dying to everything all the time, or until you live long enough to encounter one of the game's many living checks. Still alive by day 8? Pitbulls. Still alive by day 30? Giant fucking deer. Base catching on fire? Well, I guess you didn't prepare enough during winter. Enjoy having nothing. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Not until you're so juiced up on wiki knowledge that you've solved problems before they even occur. Don't Starve's biggest theme is entropy. A big-sounding small word defined by its real-world presence in my existential nightmares. Nothing lasts forever in this game. There's durability or timers on every item your eyeballs bring into question. You'll never have a moment of comfort when your everything is looking low. Days fly by so quickly you begin to feel like you'll never have enough time to get everything done before the next new challenge rears its Tim Burton-esque head. Time to plant some grass at my base. I'll use a shovel. I got a couple tufts before the shovel broke. Now I need to fertilize it. Beefalo don't provide enough, and they're too far from home. Just wiped out Tomato Town for pigskin. Craft piggy accommodation near home. Kill spiders for monster meat. Feed monster meat to pig. Pig becomes disgruntled. Feed our angry new friend kelp fronds I found at my local lunar island. He shat so much fertilizer I had to euthanize him. Use fertilizer on grass. It will yield 3 times before I repeat half of the process in 9 or so days. This is a farm to solve one problem in Don't Starve. That problem was that I did not have enough grass to touch. Hello! Do you understand why I might not be enjoying my experience now? But it's never that simple. Don't Starve is actually an amazing game for a lot of people. There is something there that people love undoubtedly. Reading Steam reviews would make you think that we're dealing with one of the greatest games ever made. And that goes for both the single-player and multiplayer versions, which, at the time of writing this, is currently sitting at 60 in Steam's top most played games. I'll admit most of my experience was single player, but that still doesn't change that I am not jiving with anything the game's got going on. So, that mustn't mean that the game's wrong or that it's bad. It's me. But that doesn't make any sense at all, does it? There's no right way to enjoy anything in life. There is. And that's my problem. When I was playing this game through for a potential review, it struck me. I was beginning to imagine that playing this game was like looking at a control panel with a bunch of dials on it, all ticking down slowly. My only task in playing this game is to wind them back up. That's it. Dial goes down, turn it back up. Rinse, repeat. I couldn't shake this feeling the more I thought about it. I went to play another game. I just hopped onto Sea of Thieves to relax and break away from anything that had a timer or item management. And that's when it hit me. Maybe I can't actually play Don't Starve. But that realization sent me down a whole rabbit hole. What other games have I not been able to play in the past? StarCraft, RimWorld, Total War, XCOM. All games that I have loved, played at length, and totally struggled to learn. Every minute I played those games, my mind focused on the wrong things, prioritizing actions of low importance without realizing until I see other people play differently. It shocked me every time to learn that there was always a simple answer. What's more is that I noticed that in these games, I'm never taking risks. I'm hoarding items I think might be important. I don't go near things that look hostile and thus never engage with them. I was beginning to see a through line in my actions. I'd always make the same mistakes with the game switched. I do it all the time, and I never feel like I'm learning. I'm always restarting to change characters or factions, and if the game needs a wiki like Terraria or Tarkov, I'll be buried in it more than the actual gameplay. This is the moment I realized I've been doing this shit in games for years. I'm beginning to wonder if there's something wrong with my brain. This doesn't feel normal. Weirdly enough, there are similar games I don't feel this way about. Divinity Original Sin, Darkest Dungeon, and Myth, to name a few. But I'm still left wondering, what's the go? After all, what kind of person is like this? Routinely making the same choices in similar games without learning or growing. Letting yourself get sucked into a playstyle or meta for games that don't even have a competition to them. I'm always so focused on making perfectly ergonomic decisions in a timely manner that I never allow myself to just enjoy the gameplay. I have this same problem with esports games. It's always a race against the ticking clock. It's weird how Risk of Rain 2's timer makes me motivated, but Don't Starve's day counter makes me dread it. I can't just play a game for hours on end, die to a random problem, and consider my wasted world, campaign, or playtime a learning experience. Ugh. Because it's a skill issue.
I liked it. I thought it was going well, personally, but it was becoming too difficult for my skill level of editing to work on. Literally, I was having so much problem. You notice that black spot there in the middle that didn't have anything on it when I spoke about entropy? Yeah, that was because, what the fuck am I supposed to put there? I had intended for like a shot of me in bed having like a panic attack from the top down, like the reenactment pretty much of that Squidward meme where his eyes are all red. I was gonna have that there, but there was a bit before it and I couldn't figure out what the hell I was gonna put there, so I never ended up recording it, and it sat there, and this video has been sitting there for ages, curdling at me, and I'd come back to it every now and then, poke at it and make it better, but in the end, I eventually just gave up. I was like, there's too many cerebral elements to the video that I'm struggling to visually represent. How do you visually represent distress within the context of my own videos? It's hard. I can't imagine doing it without having better technical skill of editing, and that's what I'm going to learn to do. That's part of what I want to do at uni. But yeah, so that's what I want to do right now. I want to change the content. I want the content to be more relaxed. I want to be able to make a video and not stress about it being the next best video. You know, I don't want every video to be some technical editing achievement, right? I want to relax and articulate points I like about games. And my desire to edit a perfect video and articulate a point well have sort of coincided to create a shitstorm of me not liking that previous video you just saw, which is why I scrapped it. It was beginning to eat at me, and I was preventing myself from playing games I wanted to play because I knew I had to edit the video, and that's when that's what I meant by like YouTube becomes too much sometimes. It's like, God, I should not be thinking of it like this. It should be something fun, not something restrictive. The next video is going to be on Tarkov because I'm sick to death of video games that annoy the shit out of me. Don't Starve is one of them. I regret entering that. I don't regret making and scrapping that part of the video. I do regret the Don't Starve part of that video, which is the focus. So that, yeah, you can tell that was working out well. I'm gonna leave you now with a Renaissance fair I went to and bought this lovely coat ad. I'm gonna show it off just before it transitions. I love it so much. Worth every dollar I no longer have. Anyway, here's a weekend I went to.
Rate the fit. Where are we going?
Winterfest, Sydney.
Hawkesbury Showground.
What are we doing?
Shopping.
Medieval festival.
And watching people clock each other with sticks.
Oh,
Watch the
God.
medical show.
To that one particularly.
I hope they don't hit each other too hard.
The jousting to occur.
I just want to watch people like perform medical phenomenons in the day of medieval times.
Oh, medical phenomenons. That's what we call
Phenomenons,
leeches.
That's what we call the leeches. You got chopping of arms.
You got ghosts in your blood. Do heroin about it.
You got ghosts in your blood.
Do heroin.
It's the fucking Inquisition.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have someone in the audience today who wants to do something
Did you hit the record
special.
button?
Julie!
Bro, do these people play Battle of the Nations?
Yeah. This is the Sydney team.
He's loving himself.
And then you'll be stepping from. Oh, of course, just to the right.
Right.
Hey! Right through. Now, for a challenge.
A challenge. A challenge.
You'll have one, sir.
Oh gosh.
No.
Go for another one.
Oh, the little guy's about to get pumped. Be strong. Be strong, little man.
Oh, get into him.
Go, little man.
It's pumping him.
Oh, wait!
Oh, no.
Go, buddy. Take them both. Trying to fall over.
Oh, we just taunted.
Open your pants. Give fire.
That's one way to clean out your eardrums.
There's no smoking here, isn't there?
Good one.
And then you just do this, easy.
And then you just do the rest.
Oh, is that pointing at me?
Pick whichever you're drawn to.
Move your ankles. The tip flesh wound.
Yes.